Okay, so I have to tell you about the worst hotel check-in of my life. I arrived at the hotel after a 7-hour flight. I was exhausted. I walked up to the reception desk, and the woman behind the counter said, "Good evening, do you have a reservation?" And I said, "Yes, it is under Alex." She looked at her screen for a very long time. And then she said, "I'm sorry, sir, I cannot find anything under Alex." And that is when I realized I had booked the hotel for the wrong date.
No, after a 7-hour flight?
After a 7-hour flight, I was standing there with my suitcase, completely exhausted and no room. It was not my finest moment.
Well, after today's episode, that will never happen to any of our listeners. Welcome to Daily English Buddy, the podcast that helps you use real English in real-life situations. I am your host, Justine.
And I am Alex, the man who once slept in a hotel lobby. Today we are talking about hotels, how to book a room, how to check in confidently, how to make requests politely, and, very importantly, how to complain in English without sounding rude.
Because complaining politely in English is a skill. And most learners either say nothing because they do not know how, or they say something that sounds much more aggressive than they intended. Today, we fix that. And before we start, download our free PDF study guide. All the vocabulary, phrases, and a quiz from today's episode. Link in the pinned comment below. Completely free. Okay, Alex, let's go to the hotel.
Let's go. And let's start before the hotel with the booking, because this is where Alex went wrong. When you book a hotel, you are making a reservation. A reservation means you have secured a room in advance. You have agreed with the hotel that they will have a room ready for you on a specific date.
And when you make a reservation, online or by phone, the hotel will send you a confirmation. A confirmation is a document, usually an email, that proves your booking exists. It has your name, your dates, your room type, and a booking reference number. Always save this. Always.
Always save this. Trust me. Now, when you book a room, you will need to choose a room type. The most common room types in English are a single room, one bed for one person, a double room, one large bed for two people, and a twin room, two separate beds in the same room. These sound similar, but they are very different.
And this is a very common mix-up for English learners. A double room has one large bed. A twin room has two single beds. So if you are traveling with a friend and you do not want to share a bed, you need a twin room, not a double. This mistake has caused some very awkward situations.
Very awkward indeed. You might also see en suite. This means the room has its own private bathroom inside. And complimentary. This is a very useful word. Complimentary means free, included in the price. For example, complimentary breakfast, complimentary Wi-Fi, complimentary parking.
Complimentary is such a great word to know, because if you see it on a hotel website, that means you do not pay extra. Okay, your booking is confirmed. You arrive at the hotel. You walk up to the reception desk, sometimes also called the front desk. This is the area where hotel staff check you in and help you with any requests.
And the person behind the desk is called the receptionist. They will greet you and ask, "Do you have a reservation?" And your answer is, "Yes, I have a reservation under the name Alex." Listeners, remember under from our restaurant episode? Reservations in English are always under a name. Hotel reservations too.
The receptionist will then ask to see your ID, your passport or identity card. They may also ask for a credit card for the deposit. A deposit is a small amount of money the hotel holds temporarily, just in case you use any extra services or cause any damage. It is returned to you when you check out.
And two very important times to know: check-in time and check-out time. Check-in time is the earliest time your room will be ready, usually around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Check-out time is the latest time you must leave your room, usually around 11 in the morning. Always check these before you arrive.
And once everything is confirmed, the receptionist will give you your key card, the small plastic card that opens your room door. They will say something like, "Here is your key card. You are in room 314. The lift is just to your right." Lift is the British English word. Americans say elevator. Both mean the same thing.
Okay, you are in your room. You settle in, and then you need something. Maybe you want extra towels. Maybe you want a wake-up call. Maybe you need more information about the area. This is where making requests comes in. And there is a very clear difference between sounding polite and sounding demanding.
And just like in the restaurant episode, the golden rule is never say, "I want" to hotel staff. "I want more towels." "I want a wake-up call." It sounds aggressive and rude. Instead, use these 3 polite request structures.
The first is, could you, for example, could you send some extra towels to my room, please? Could you is a classic polite request. Simple, natural, effective.
The second is, would it be possible to, for example, would it be possible to get a wake-up call at 7 tomorrow morning? This phrase is slightly more formal and works perfectly when you are asking for something that requires a little more effort from the staff.
And the third, which is very natural and friendly, is, I was wondering if, for example, I was wondering if you could recommend a good restaurant nearby. I was wondering if is soft, polite, and sounds completely native. It is one of those phrases that immediately makes you sound fluent.
So your 3 request phrases are, could you, would it be possible to, and I was wondering if. Use any of these and hotel staff will be happy to help you. Now, what about when something goes wrong? Because sometimes it does. And this is where most English learners completely freeze.
Complaining in English is a very delicate skill. In many cultures, being direct about a problem is completely normal. But in English, especially British English, there is a very specific way to complain that is assertive without being rude. And the key is something called softening language.
Softening language means using words and phrases that make your complaint sound less aggressive. The most important softening phrase is, I am afraid. For example, I am afraid there seems to be a problem with my room. I am afraid does not mean you are scared. It is a polite way to introduce bad news or a complaint.
Another great softening phrase is, I hate to bother you, but. For example, I hate to bother you, but the air conditioning in my room does not seem to be working. This phrase shows that you are considerate. You acknowledge that you are asking for help, which immediately makes the staff more willing to assist you.
And notice the phrase, does not seem to be working. Not is broken. Not is not working. Does not seem to be working is softer and less accusatory. Seem is a very powerful softening word in English. The heating does not seem to be working. The shower does not seem to be draining properly. Seem takes the edge off a complaint.
Let's practice some real complaint situations. Situation 1. Your room is very noisy. You call reception and say, I am afraid there seems to be quite a lot of noise coming from the room next door. Would it be possible to move to a quieter room?
Situation 2. Your room has not been cleaned. You go to reception and say, I hate to bother you, but our room does not seem to have been cleaned today. Could you arrange for housekeeping to come by? Housekeeping, by the way, is the hotel department responsible for cleaning rooms. A very useful word.
Situation 3, and this is important. Something is seriously wrong. Maybe your room has a broken window or no hot water. In this case, you can be slightly more direct. I am afraid this is not acceptable. The hot water in my room has not been working since last night, and I would like this resolved as soon as possible.
Resolved is a great B2 word. When a problem is resolved, it means it has been fixed and sorted out completely. I would like this resolved is firm but professional. It shows you are serious without being aggressive. And as soon as possible, or ASAP, means you want it done quickly. Very commonly used in hotels and business English.
Now, let's talk about some extra hotel vocabulary that will make your stay much easier. The amenities. These are the facilities and services a hotel offers. Things like the swimming pool, the gym, the spa, the restaurant. When you call reception, you might ask, what amenities does the hotel have?
Room service is another great phrase. This is when you order food or drinks directly to your room. You call reception or use a special menu in your room. Very convenient, usually a little more expensive. And minibar, the small fridge in your room stocked with drinks and snacks. Everything in the minibar has a price. It is not complimentary unless the hotel specifically says so.
I once accidentally drank a minibar water not knowing it cost €4. Read the price list first, always.
€4 water. Okay, the final stage of your hotel stay. Checking out. This means leaving the hotel and settling your bill. You go to the reception desk and say, I would like to check out, please. My name is Justine, room 314.
The receptionist will prepare your final bill, a summary of everything you owe. Check it carefully before you pay. If something looks wrong, you can say, I am afraid there seems to be a mistake on my bill. Could you check this charge, please? Charge means a cost or fee that has been added to your bill.
And sometimes you might want a late checkout, meaning you want to stay in your room a little longer than the standard checkout time. You ask, would it be possible to arrange a late checkout? They may say yes for free, or there may be an extra charge depending on the hotel.
And when you leave, if you enjoyed your stay, a lovely phrase to use is, we had a wonderful stay. Thank you so much. Simple, warm, and very natural. Hotel staff genuinely appreciate it.
Okay, listeners, let us do our full vocabulary recap. Alex, you start.
Booking vocabulary. Reservation, a room booked in advance. Confirmation, the email proving your booking. Single room, one bed. Double room, one large bed for two. Twin room, two separate beds. Complimentary, free, included in the price. Ensuite, private bathroom in the room.
Check-in vocabulary. Reception desk or front desk, where you check in. Receptionist, the person who helps you. Deposit, money held temporarily by the hotel. Key card, the card that opens your room. Check-in time, when your room is ready. Checkout time, when you must leave.
Polite request phrases. Could you send extra towels, please? Would it be possible to get a wake-up call? I was wondering if you could recommend a restaurant.
Complaining politely. I am afraid there seems to be a problem. I hate to bother you, but the air conditioning is not working. Does not seem to be. Softer than saying is broken. I would like this resolved as soon as possible.
Extra hotel vocabulary. Amenities, facilities and services. Room service, food delivered to your room. Minibar, the small fridge with drinks and snacks. Housekeeping, the cleaning department. Late checkout, Staying in your room past the standard time. Charge, a cost added to your bill.
That is an incredible amount of real, practical English in one episode. And all of it, every single phrase, is something you will actually use the next time you stay in a hotel in an English-speaking country.
And if you had booked your hotel on the right date in the first place, you would not need to practice complaining quite so much.
Always double-check your dates, listeners. Download your free PDF study guide. The link is in the pinned comment below. It has all of today's vocabulary, phrases, and a quiz, completely free.
And our question of the day is also in the pinned comment. We want to know, have you ever had a hotel disaster? A wrong booking? A broken room? An unexpected charge? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you are not yet subscribed to Daily English Buddy, hit that subscribe button right now. New episode every single day. Real English for real-life situations. Make English part of your daily routine.
Thank you so much for being here today. We will see you tomorrow for another episode. And remember, always save your booking confirmation. Trust me on that one.
Bye, everyone. Safe travels, and may your rooms always be clean, quiet, and on the right date.